Officials say a freight train in India traveling on the wrong track collided with a passenger train. The crash killed at least 21 people and wounded more than 50 in central India. Authorities say 18 people are in critical condition. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, but officials say India's popular rail network has a poor safety record. Figures show there were about 100 train crashes last year. Most accidents are blamed on poor maintenance and human error. Typhoon Phanapi hit eastern Taiwan, leaving 3 people dead, 70,000 homes without power, and 15,000 others without water. The typhoon is the strongest to hit the region this year, with gusts of up to 138 miles per hour. It also dropped 39 inches of rain. The Taiwan Fire Agency says more than 100 people were injured. Local authorities ordered thousands of fishermen to bring their boats to safe harbors. Schools and offices closed as residents cleaned up the mess. The typhoon has now moved to southern China.
Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad plans to attend the United Nations General Assembly meeting. Ahmadinejad also plans to meet with U.S. officials. He says that Middle Eastern countries will disrupt U.S. and Israeli plans to change the political geography of the region. He publicly spoke out against the U.S. policy toward Iran and has vowed that he would not yield to pressure from the U.S. over what he says is a peaceful nuclear program.
Struggling school districts in the U.S. that have been dealing with drastic budget cuts have found a controversial way of fundraising. Some advertisers are placing ads on campuses, which brings many concerns over the role of schools promoting certain brands and products to students. Those districts say they ensure the ads are consistent with their educational message. In San Diego County, the Sweetwater Union School District is set to approve its first on-campus advertiser. In Los Angeles, schools are renting out facilities to be used for movie and TV sets.
After the break, we'll give you an update on how people continue to struggle with the recession.
And tell you what primetime shows to look for this fall season. Allegations of fraud may once again hold up elections in Afghanistan. People have cast their vote for the new parliament, but election commissions fear everyone's vote won't be counted. On election day, millions of voters showed up, despite Taliban rocket strikes and bombings. Independent observers in Afghanistan say they're concerned that the results won't be accurate. Cases of voter fraud and intimidation were widespread throughout the country. Many votes could have been lost because political groups falsely told citizens that the elections have been delayed or canceled. Officials have started tallying the votes, but investigations may delay results for weeks or even months.
A controversial court ruling may allow gay couples to marry in the Golden State. Reporter Minerva Trujillo has reaction in West Hollywood, where politically active groups have been working for gay marriage.
Many people in West Hollywood follow with interest a federal judge in San Francisco recently ruling Proposition 8 unconstitutional. That ruling is now under review in the Court of Appeals. Gay marriage was legal for a brief moment a couple of years ago in California until voters approved Prop 8, which bans same-sex unions. Blas Flores in West Hollywood agrees with his friend Arik that it's time for change.
I think we're moving towards actual total freedom for everybody and not just some.
If the ban is tossed out by the courts, gay couples would be granted the same marriage rights as heterosexual couples. Lawyer Stanley Landis breaks down Proposition 8's future.
I would imagine, given all the intense feelings on the subject, that whatever happens in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals will not be the end of this. That we will wind up in the United States Supreme Court and they will address this issue.
The Supreme Court may take up to a year or longer to decide whether the proposition is unconstitutional, if it hears the case. CSUN student Na Quinn supports the ban.
I was raised in a traditional Christian family, and it goes against my religious beliefs. And I think that, marriage is between a man and a woman. You can't have kids any other way.
Presbyterian pastor Lynn Cheyney says her church needs to change its order regarding gay marriage.
I don't believe the Book of Order is correct on this matter, and that I believe it's time for us to change and to reform ourselves again so that we can be the kind of inclusive church that I think Jesus would call us to be.
If Proposition 8 is found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, California voters are not likely to see another version of Prop 8 on their ballots, because the court's ruling will be final. This is Minerva Trujillo for Valley View News.
It's been nearly 3 years since the recession hit California and people are still having difficulty. Many are in search of jobs and others are seeking stability. Valley View's Kamisha McDaniel is in the newsroom with the story.
Many economists say the recession has been the worst since the Great Depression. I talked to some people in the San Fernando Valley to see how they're dealing with tough times. This man juggles at the corner of Canoga Avenue and Ventura Boulevard, attracting drivers to nearby condominiums. The 26-year-old father says his job has been affected by the recession.
My hours have been cut, overtime, so that affects me a lot money-wise.
Employees aren't the only ones trying to survive in this economy. Homes are going into foreclosure, and some homeowners are renting rooms to help pay the mortgage, while renters are seeking affordable housing. The financial crisis began in 2007 and has made a great impact in the lives of Americans. The Census Bureau reports that the overall poverty rate has soared to 14.3%. That's 43.6 million people. James LeGros of Chatsworth has experienced changes with his residency and at his workplace.
This past year I've moved, not only where I live at, but our business as well, you know. Just trying to cut and make ends meet.
Actor Dondre Whitfield says the recession can be tough for black actors.
So sometimes where they might budget themselves for shows that may have people of color on them, that may not be the priority the next time down when money is really tight.
Danielle Hostin of Woodland Hill says money management should be a priority.
I think that they should always have a savings, at least 6 months to a year. And I think that they should always be looking at ways to save money, not only save money and make more money, but better ways of doing things.
In Canoga Park, I'm Kamisha McDaniel for Valley View News.
With no clear sign of economic turnaround, it's obvious why so many people are concerned. Back to you in the studio.
And now let's go to Tadovik for the latest in entertainment.
Here's the scoop.
The new television season began with the start of ABC's Dancing with the Stars. The 11th season kicked off its show with stars such as David Hasselhoff, Rick Fox, Jennifer Grey, and Florence Henderson. The highest profile premiere was Hawaii Five-0, which aired on CBS. The show's hero is Detective Steve McGarrett, who returns to Oahu to investigate his father's murder. CBS also premiered Mike and Molly, which starred Billy Gardell and Melissa McCarthy as a couple who find love at an Overeaters Anonymous meeting. NBC premiered the event starring Jason Ritter and Blair Underwood, and Fox premiered Lone Star, a primetime soap opera. Lindsay Lohan confirmed she failed a court-ordered drug test. The actress also admitted she struggles with substance abuse. This comes a little less than a month after the actress released from rehab program. According to TMZ, the star tested positive for cocaine. Lohan tweeted she knows she made a mistake and is aware of the potential punishment she may incur due to her behavior. Failing a drug test could land Lohan back into jail for up to 30 days. Paris Hilton pleaded guilty to cocaine possession and was fined $2,000 by a Las Vegas judge. She'll have to complete 200 hours of community service as well. The actress was given a 1-year suspended sentence. She was also warned she will be sent to jail if she gets in any more trouble in Las Vegas. Hilton could have been jailed for up to 4 years on cocaine possession but reached a plea deal. Her lawyer told reporters that Hilton was sorry and accepts responsibility for her actions. Tinkerbell now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tinkerbell was a character in the 1904 play Peter Pan and Wendy. She first became a Disney cartoon character in the 1953 animated film Peter Pan, portrayed as a flying pixie. The ceremony was held the same day as the DVD release of Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. Tinkerbell will join Big Bird, Bugs Bunny, and Snow White with stars on the Walk of Fame. And that's the latest in entertainment. Back to you, Sharona.
A new bill requiring California schools to offer free drinking water to students during meals has been passed by the legislature. The bill is now awaiting the governor's signature, which is likely to happen since the governor supports the bill. It requires schools to make fresh drinking water available in lunch areas by July of next year. The bill provides no funding, and some districts may argue they cannot afford to comply. Just ahead, an update on CSUN women's soccer team quest for the championship.
And an amputee's inspiring journey across the English Channel.